What's up, everybody? It's yours truly, RicoVibes, and welcome to the 5th season of Take 5, The Flavor Cafe. And this season, we're going to have special guests every week. And my first special guest is the one and only Jason, Mr. Biggs.
Yes, I am.
What's going on, my brother?
Big up yourself, you know. There.
Welcome to the show, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's my second time.
Yes.
I was actually the host the last time,
right.
asking the questions and stuff. So now the roles are reversed.
The roles are reversed, right?
Yeah.
So you've been here in Atlanta how long?
I've been here for about 7 years now. Okay. Yeah, around
from New York, of course.
7 years. New York,
Brooklyn
all day.
That's one and only. Once you're from Brooklyn, man, you'll never leave Brooklyn.
No,
mentally,
it's embedded in you.
There you go.
Embedded. See, tattoo for my there
you go. But see, you are a videographer, photographer. You're Biggs of all trade, pretty much.
Yes. I've been doing photography and videography since 07.
07.
Yeah, 07 is when I got my branch off and went into my own, doing my own business and everything.
Gotcha.
I was working with my dad before.
He's a photographer as well?
He was a photographer and a sound man.
Okay.
And a sound man too.
And you see he passed away?
Yeah, he passed away.
Rest in peace as well.
Rest in peace, Akati.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you've been in the Atlanta reggae scene now, What do you think about it?
It's interesting.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
To say the least, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. The people here some of them are welcoming. Some of them, it kind of almost like family oriented in a sense, and kind of like round robin in a sense.
It's cliquish.
Yeah, you see this almost the same people almost every week.
Every week,
like a family thing. But I like it still. I like it.
I mean, at the end of the day, I've been in it for about 21, 22 years. It is what it is. You have your in everything. You have your good and your bad, and your not so. You're good, you're bad, and you're ugly, so to speak. So to speak.
Exactly. In every aspect of life, you're gonna have all of that.
Absolutely. And you make the best of it. I actually don't complain anymore.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense to complain anymore. It just is what it is. Things and times change.
Yeah.
And if for me to sit back and say, well, it used to be this way, it's just showing what your age, so to speak.
Yeah. For me, I'm behind the lens. So I'm seeing things that people aren't seeing. So I'm like, okay.
Right.
All right, you know what I mean? But overall, I like it. Mm-hmm. It's great. The DJs are great. Mm-hmm. It's good so far.
They've come a long way. The DJs, there was a time when Atlanta was known as country. And to a certain aspect, it's still known as country to the outside world. Mm-hmm. But for us here, we've come a long way, man.
Yeah, I mean, from a person that's coming from New York, Atlanta, from what I see so far, it progressed.
Oh, yeah.
It progressed to a point where even the New York patrons, I see a lot more New York patrons that I know from living in New York.
Right.
That's down here on a regular basis. To a point,
a lot of them move here.
I'm like, damn, nigga, y'all live here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot of them move here now, but
Yeah, and even the DJs come down here and they love the vibe and everything. I've seen a few DJs that come down here and they're like, like Kenny and Rodney and them and Platinum Kids and them, and they come down here and they do their thing.
They're frequent.
Right. Polish and them and everything. They come down here and, famous from Marlon, famous international. A lot of them come here and
he's from Connecticut, right?
Yeah, he's from Connecticut. Very good DJ. Yeah. Very good DJ. Yeah. He has his own little thing going on in CT as well. You know what I mean? But from what I'm seeing, DJs is coming down here now.
Doing their thing.
Yeah, the DJs here. I let them know, hey, we ain't no pushover. You know what I'm saying?
They kind of get motivated once an out of town DJ steps in there. You get motivated to put on your A game.
Man, you step on a man to it and know it there. Man, I go say, all right, I'll show you a thing. You can't come on my yard and roll it.
For sure. This past Sunday, you had Rewind Sundays. We moved it over to Chef Tony's place, the Ends, and I saw a post that he made yesterday about people disputing Cash App for $30. And that's been happening They happen at Escape Sundays as well. Where people,
saw that.
So what's your thought on that? And people just, if you can't afford it, stay home. If you can't afford to buy a bottle, stay home. Don't buy it and then dispute it.
My thing is live within your means.
Of course.
You know what I mean? If you can't afford a buckle, just go and work with the Guinness or the Heineken. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you still a drink something.
Right.
And people shouldn't expect that, 10, 15 years ago, it was $20 to go in a party. Expenses went up with everything, or what you call so-called inflation. So everything went up. So you got to understand, DJs charge more money, venues charge more money, liquor prices go up.
Bottle girls, all that bartenders, type of stuff. Photographers, videographers.
Everybody thing went up significantly. So $30 shouldn't be a problem to pay to come into a party.
But you know what? $30 shouldn't be a problem, but I'm here to tell you that Juggler charges $15 at Gal Farm, and there are people who come there and don't want to pay it.
That's just some people. Some people just unruly like that. You understand me? I say them just unruly, and them
especially the ones that comes there with their girl,
yeah,
and they're standing there with their lady, and trying to negotiate $15.
That's sad, bro. That's
I mean, I couldn't do that.
That's sad.
I mean, but people are different, man.
That's sad. This is not in the Caribbean where you have open parties and everything, and you can just walk in a party and everything. Nowadays, you have to pay for everything.
Facts.
Everything you have to pay for.
I mean, it was always that way, really and truly.
Yeah, but you can't go around. You can't go. If you not want to pay the $15, I feel like that is come like a disrespecting. You want
it is
discount. You want discount with my thing.
It is.
I don't like that. You understand?
The thing I don't understand is why most people who go to parties in Atlanta feel that they're a celebrity and they shouldn't pay to go into the party. And they're common, and we've talked about this over the years, their common thing is, I'm going to buy a bottle. And my always has been, listen, I'm sure if you pay me at the door, I'm sure of that door money. I'm not sure you're going to actually go in and buy a bottle. Bottles doesn't, you saying you're going to buy a bottle doesn't excite me.
You know what's so funny? I saw Instagram clip. It was a comedy clip where a bunch of guys, I think it was World Dog from Florida. And World Dog is gonna be here this Saturday at Toxic for Parental Party. And he did a thing where him and him crew came and they was like, yeah man, we are coming man, we are gonna buy a buckle. And the man just said, yo, just pee and come in, we don't worry about the buckle, and
that's the same way I feel.
Yeah, just pee and come in, because you not guarantee say you're going to buy the drinks, and that's not a guarantee for me. Just pee and come in. Because me would have pee and come in at your party. So
exactly.
Just pay me the same respect.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it happens on a regular basis. Sometimes I'm at the door and I laugh.
Sometimes I'm at the door and I'm actually embarrassed, so I just turn my back, because when I see them trying to negotiate, especially if it's a small door price, a door entry fee, I just turn my back, because I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
No, me just laugh.
Or the ones that say, Rico, you have an extra pass. First of all, we don't get passes.
Exactly. I don't know why people feel like
if we're booked, we may get a band for us.
Yeah.
Or our face is our is our ticket.
Our face is our pass.
Yeah.
But they don't ask us.
So
promoters don't ask us, hey, you want an extra band? You have extra workers or anything? Nah, they just want.
They want you. The unwritten rule is that you're allowed, a +1.
Right.
9 times out of 10, I don't take advantage of it because I don't have a +1. I roll by myself.
Roll solo.
Most
like the man
times.
the polo. That's how I do too.
Exactly.
That's how I do too.
Exactly.
I mean, but I don't a lot of times promoters don't extend that to us. Like, hey, yo, say a +1 pass if you want to bring your girl, or you want to bring your work, or you want to bring X, Y, Z and stuff like that. They don't do that.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, okay. So let's roll solo. Let's roll solo. But yeah, people be asking me, listen, people, I don't get no +1 passes. I just me alone. You understand?
Yep.
Once in a while, I have, a staff member work with me sometime, but majority of the time, I roll solo like the man on the polo. Not polo association with the two man them for one house. You know that?
Ralph Lauren only.
See,
so I don't associate with the polo association. I didn't even know there was two men on the house.
A one man upon the house. You see me
exactly. Yeah. So we got Buju Banton getting ready to come to Atlanta on September 8th.
Yes.
Some people are very upset at that because it's dropping on some folks' events. But it's the first reggae artist that's going to be at State Farm Arena. Wow, that's huge. I mean,
that's a huge thing.
Huge. He sold for 2 nights in New York. For the beginning of the tour, it was 18,000 plus per night.
Woo!
Per night at USB Arena. So that's huge.
Gargamel beat them bad, man. Gargamel beat them bad.
Yeah.
But well, I saw the tour dates. It's a great thing for Buju. It's a great comeback.
To come back from them saying he will never come back
to America.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it's a big comeback.
Redemption.
And this is a stepping stone and a goal where I'm set. Where I'm gonna set now for other artists for step their game up for do numbers like him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just make sure your music is on point and make sure your music reach the masses how it's supposed to reach.
And make sure your stage performance and your attitude and everything is
correct.
Is correct.
Yeah.
I got to say shout out to Spice. I saw an interview with her on The Fix a couple of days ago, and I have not exactly been the biggest fan of Spice based upon how she conducts herself. Very brawling.
Okay, kind of raunchy, like.
Right. And so a while ago, she had told Naro, one of the hosts, to go ask their mother. And so she was big enough and mature enough to apologize to him and his mother on this latest episode of The Fix. I thought that was very commendable.
Yeah.
I thought that was very mature of her because, every time I watch an interview with her, if she have an issue with somebody, she always take the low ground. She never takes the high ground. And that's one of the reasons why I don't really like watching interviews with her, because of the fact that somebody always does something to her. And people do things to you every day. It's if you're gonna pick it up or not.
Facts. Well, that's a big thing for her
huge.
to do as a woman, as an adult in per se, because a lot of times life ain't promised to nobody. So it's good that you could squash beefs and men relationships and everything and so forth. You know what I mean?
Right. And then she did explain why she acted that way towards him, which I understand, but there was different ways to go about.
Facts.
Combating it. So
facts. But that's good. That's a shout out to Spice. That was a great. That was a great thing to do.
I mean, I had to give her credit on that one because again, that's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah. But back to the Buju thing now. Yeah. I mean, I saw the tour dates and I'm like, yo, these tour dates, this man gonna take America by storm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. A friend of mine just sent me, she bought 2 tickets, one for her and her husband, and it was $450.
Shoot, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean,
and she said,
some people spend more than that to see Chris Brown in them.
Because she said the first date she had with her husband, who was her boyfriend at the time, was at a Buju show at Center Stage downtown Atlanta.
Wow.
And at the time, the tickets were $30 each.
Wow.
Yeah. This was in 2009.
This is something special.
Yeah.
Because if you saw him 2009 for $30,
yep,
and that's your first date,
that was
and
the
now
first
you
date.
See him again.
Now you're gonna see him again, and then now married X amount of years.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
So big up to Kelda, my friend from Far Rockaway, New York.
That's dope. That's dope. That's a good look. Yeah. But I mean, $450 for ticket, that's not too bad because people pay more than that for say Chris Brown and
Beyonce and all that.
Yeah,
you're right.
People are
but the average person,
the
average person cannot afford
facts
$250 for one ticket.
Facts. I truly think.
But again, is on the American tour market circuit. Yeah. And the tickets are now being sold through Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely
so
gonna be
everybody have to get their fees.
Yeah. But they have to get them little ting and them something. Yeah. So people are gonna start. If them smart, they'll start buy a ticket them from now. You understand?
Exactly.
By the time you look September, they're around the corner.
Exactly.
And them think their ticket price gonna go up.
Exactly.
So if you don't want to get left out, who knows when Buju will come back at Georgia again?
It's Sunday, September 8th. If you haven't gotten your tickets, I think the tickets went on sale yesterday.
Okay.
So if you haven't gotten your tickets, make sure you get your tickets.
Okay.
Or pre-sold tickets.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be an amazing show.
Yeah.
From the snippets I saw on Instagram and all social media platforms, I'm like,
Incredible show.
Ding.
Incredible show.
You understand? So, man come back with a bang, I come for deal with the place wicked. You understand? So
shout out to my good friend Gramps Morgan. He performed on it as well with him.
I saw when he called him out.
Nadine Sutherland, Fat Joe. You know, so some heavy hitters.
Fat Joe come back, he might lean back and some. See, man,
some heavy hitters. Right?
Yeah, so, man. And a low key want be a yardie, you know, but
you probably got some Jamaican relatives or something.
Probably.
Once you live in New York, or once you're from New York, you've been around Jamaicans at some point or another from an early stage in your life.
Some point.
You can't get away from that.
Can't escape that.
Can't escape that culture.
Can't escape it. One of the biggest culture in the world.
Absolutely.
Not going to dispute it, but one of the biggest culture in the world. Yeah.
So let's get for the topic of today. And I was talking to a Christian friend of mine. He's a gospel artist. His name is Anonymous. And we were talking about religion. And being a Christian, and what it's like to be a Christian, what it's like to follow religion. You know, I'm a Christian. I'm not necessarily religious because I don't follow a particular religion, because religion is how people interpret it. You understand what I'm saying? And so we were talking about throwing tithes and stuff like that, and a certain amount of percentage of that tithe goes into the pastor's pocket, and so on and so forth. So my question to folks is, what do you think about religion? Do you follow religion? How do you feel about these I wouldn't say Mercedes, it's Rolls Royce pastors,
or them big pastors there,
the ones with the private jets and stuff like that? How do you feel about those guys? Do they need those things? And it's religion. Are they following religion the way it should be followed, according to the Bible and so on and so forth?
For me, this is a touchy subject. I really feel like some of them, they're not following the biblical terms and everything. I feel like most of them are taking advantage of people.
Right.
Because you don't need a private jet.
Right.
To a certain degree. You don't need these big fancy cars and all these things and whatever the case is. Because I come from Jamaica, where I see pastor some regular car them I drive, and them I preach, and them I reach out to people. But these people, like in America different still, but some of them pastors, them have them big car and everything, and them have bleed the people in pocket. And then you understand? Some of them brainwash, because them feel say, I gotta give to the I gotta give to the pastor and everything, whatever. Which is cool to a degree.
Pastors look at what you give.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
If that's what I can afford. Because there's some churches that basically wants to know your income.
I've heard about that, which is ridiculous to me.
I don't think that's right at all.
That is ridiculous to me.
What do you guys think? But I don't think that's right. And then there's some people who look at what you put in the offering and have a problem with the amount that you put in the offering.
That's another ridiculous thing to me too.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that I don't like about these type of churches, these type of quote pastors, religion, quote unquote. And I just want to try to talk about it. What do you guys think?
That is crazy. You shouldn't want to know how much I make and everything. Because at the end of the day, we all love the Almighty. We all, pray to a higher being, but we still have the reality of paying our bills and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And taking care of our families.
Absolutely.
So you shouldn't want to know how much I get paid, or you shouldn't want to know how much I put in the offering pan. I even been to church where I've seen ATM machines and stuff, and I'm like, what's going on here?
We understand that church is a business. You have bills to pay. You've got light bill and all that other stuff. Electronic equipment and stuff like that. If you're streaming and all that stuff, we get that. But when I see a pastor that has a private jet, rolls around in a Rolls Royce, $2,000 suits, $10,000 watches, stuff like that. I have an issue with that. I don't care. I'm not, I don't red eye him. I'm not jealous of him. I just want to know, is that where my money? If I was going to that church,
right,
and I'm contributing to the offerings, is that where my money is going, and why?
What I like to know too, because even the other day, they locked up that Brooklyn pastor.
Yes,
that Brooklyn pastor. He was just
he was cheating people out of their life savings.
Yeah, but that's true. And they got caught. They caught up on him with that.
Yes.
But there's other. What about the other pastors that didn't get catch yet?
They haven't gotten caught yet.
You know what I'm saying?
They're flying under the radar.
They're not loud like him, but some of them are doing the same thing. Some of them are not genuine.
Right.
You know what I mean? But what do you people think about this? Yeah. It's a great thing. You know what I mean? To actually
because us as Caribbean folks, we're very much into church.
Yes.
I mean, everybody is, but we know a lot of us are very much into church.
Yes.
I'm a very spiritual person.
Right.
I'm religious to a certain degree. I don't, I'm technically I'm Anglican, which is actually Catholic.
Okay.
But I don't subscribe to that religion as, because since you get older, you realize and you have to, you think for yourself.
Start thinking for yourself.
And you realize that, a lot of these pastors was molesting little boys.
Yes.
And stuff like that.
There's a lot of horror stories about that
and
too.
the church turned a blind eye to that stuff. So
yes.
Then you have to say, well, how can I trust the entity of the church?
Right, because they cover up a lot of stuff.
They cover up a lot of stuff. So, while I'm very religious and I believe there's a higher power and I pray to my God every day, and I make sure that, I don't disrespect my parents and stuff like that. In terms of me physically going to church in the house of the Lord, what's supposed to be the house of the Lord, I don't do that because I have a problem with that.
Remember, they said that we have a forgiving Father, So at the end of the day, but prayer, I'm not saying that we shouldn't make the effort to go to church, right? But sometimes things permit us from going there, but you still can pray in your car, pray in your house.
But church is wherever you want it to be.
That too.
Wherever you want it to be, that's where church is.
So that's pretty much it. What we need to do is teach our children how to pray and stuff too. A lot of kids don't know how to pray.
I mean, they're trying to take it. They're trying to take religion
it out of schools and stuff, right?
And church and all that out of the schools.
Sad situation.
So it is what it is.
Things are getting bad. It's not getting any better.
Right.
So don't let the Caribbean how would I say it now? The Caribbean traditions die.
Right.
Still teach your children about God and teach them about praying and stuff and everything and putting God within everything that they do in their daily life.
Everything that they don't teach in school anymore, that you deemed important for the growth and the education of your kids, you should teach that at home. You should educate your kids at home regardless.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
don't be too busy for your kids too. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause these kids are different from us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're different. They don't forget.
It's a different generation, and I don't knock it. It is a different time.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be the one who in my time. Yeah, that was a different time. You know what I'm saying? So I've catch myself now not saying that anymore because they're not going to understand.
Yeah.
Because they grew up in the age of internet and social media and all that stuff.
Social media is a big thing now.
It's a big thing. So
it's a big
so
thing.
They're not going to understand.
The kids don't even go outside no more. They just be on
exactly
all day.
Exactly. So once again, folks, this is the new season of Take 5. This is the weekly show, which is the Flavor Cafe. And, of course, I'm going to have a special guest every week. Just stay tuned for next week to see who that special guest is. And it'll be reoccurring every week or every month.
Yeah, man. Everybody, Rico, thanks for having me on the show.
It's my pleasure, my brother.
Definitely. Me I go pass through and everything because Georgia with it right now and them things they're seeing. So, remember, look at my shirt. It said, look yasso. Right? So, when I look on the camera, look yasso. Right? So, yeah, man, big up everybody. Remember to follow RicoVibes, Take 5 on all social media platforms. And you could actually see the new season of the Flavor Cafe and everything. And Rico plays on the radio as well.
Of course.
Right?
The Flavor Radio on Mondays and Tuesdays from 3 to 6, so make sure you tune in. Also tonight is all about Gal Farm Thursdays, so make sure you check out Gal Farm Thursdays.
The tennis skirt edition, right?
The tennis skirt edition.
Yeah.
So make sure you check that out. A lot of different faces be coming to Gal Farm.
Right, all them little young Serena Williams and them people, they don't know those come true.
There you go.
Yeah, come do your
and
thing.
Don't argue about the price, man. It's $15. Just pay your $15 and enter the venue and have a good time. It's from 11 p.m. till 3 a.m. Ladies in groups of 3 are free before 1. You can't get no better than that.
You can't go wrong with that. I mean,
can't go around that.
Listen, man, $15 to go into a party nowadays. Normally it's 20, 25, 30, 50.
15.
And if you go to the city, it's more money.
It's more money.
Right.
So that's this Thursday. That's tonight, actually. So on Friday, that's tomorrow, Twin Witter, he's having his big birthday bash inside of Elegance. So make sure you check that out. That's Twin Witter big birthday bash. If you've ever been to a Twin Witter bash, it's all about the ladies, man.
Yeah, man, that boy, that's something.
So you don't want to miss this one. The ladies is going to be crazy. Make sure you check it out.
Be a dancing and thinking, wow, real comedian.
Yep. So big up to Twin Witter on your Earth
real
Strong.
Comedian.
This Friday is all about Elegance Lounge.
Yeah, I mean, you could also check on Rico's website and you see all the
check the reggae scene, thereggaescene.com.
Reggaescene.com. You see all the weekly events. You'll see all the events every weekend. Right. What's going on for the next 5-6 months.
Yeah. Also check David Driveway's Facebook page. He has a calendar as well.
Oh yeah.
So
you could definitely check that out and everything. And if you want to book, offer book. The videographers and the photographers of Georgia, right? So pretty much that's it. So
Lobster Sundays this Sunday, it's all about the all-white edition. This Sunday, Lobster Sundays.
He has a nice DJ lineup too.
Yes, big up to Sims, big up to the Mrs. Lobster Sunday, I should say.
Yes. And don't forget Toxic. This Saturday, Toxic. He's gonna have Lincoln Tree Dot and World Dog there this Saturday.
Big up to Prento. It's going to be at 1810 Rogers Lake.
Yeah, man, a nice outdoor venue.
Outdoor venue. Yeah. Nice and free. Make sure you get there from early so you can get parking close to the venue.
Yes. Because Georgia's been hot.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Like they trying to cook somebody.
Yes.
So this was a good move.
This is really hot Atlanta.
Yeah, so it's a good move. Say him keep it. He might do it outside.
Outdoors.
So in a heat, say just come. And he might give you 4 bills. The most toxic outfit and them thing there. Say just come through, ladies.
You were there last year. The girl went up on the pole.
Woo-wee! Yeah, I was there last year. I got all that footage.
I hope she comes back this year.
She probably a climb farther.
I hope she comes back this year. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
So once again, folks, the Flavor Cafe is back. The Flavor is all about Take 5. We're back for the 5th season. This is the first episode of the 5th season. If you don't already subscribe to youtube.com/RicoVibes. Follow me, follow Jason Biggs on all of his major media platforms.
Jason Biggs on JasonBiggsPV on Instagram. Jason Biggs Photos on Instagram and JasonBiggsPV on Facebook. The website is coming soon. Look out for that. I remember, anytime you go to the party, look yourself.
There you go. Shout out to Mikey Sparkle. That's all I'm going to say. He's going to be back on the Flavor Cafe, and we got some other special guests, including Jason. So, until next time, folks, my brother.
Yeah, man. Rico, you don't know the vibes going on.
All right. We'll catch you next time, another edition of Take 5.
This episode of Take 5 with RicoVibes is brought to you by It's a Reggae Evening Under the Sun, the Forever Giving Thanks 2024 tour at the beautiful Chastain Park Amphitheater, featuring Perez Hammond. Used to make you rock away. Plus the Reggae Ambassadors, Third World. Also featuring DJ Mix Master David. Bring your food and drinks for a Reggae Evening Under the Sun. August 18th at 6:30, another Sassy Mitchell here and Twilight 2 production.